This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today we're going to be talking about the top 8 games of the year. It has not been a great year for games. The games that come out are fantastic, but I think with all the companies folding up and all the different things that have happened, it has not been a banner year for board gaming, and there are some things on the horizon that, I'll be honest with you, are not going to fare well for board gaming in the future. Even though, half the people that, are fanboys are going to tell you differently. A lot of companies are suffering and going through a lot. They're blaming it on certain things, and also a lot of it's just poor management. And nothing can sustain itself to the height that it did a few years ago. So this year, I only went with the top 8 games, and these are really, really good games. And hats off to these companies that have put out some real masterpieces here. Because, some people are just really, really great at doing this, and they're the ones that are always going to be around and rise to the top. So, starting with number 8 is Hero Quest First Light. I think this is a fantastic game for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a reimagining and simplified version and retail version of Hero Quest. And the thing I really like about this is that it's kind of an entry point for a younger player. It's not overwhelming. It's really done very, very, very well. The standees, it's not expensive. You can find it in Target. You can find it in Walmart. You can find it anywhere, even on Amazon. And I think that really hits a certain appeal, and it's kind of a stepping stone and a very smart move by Hasbro. At number 7, Fate of the Fellowship. Pretty good. Pandemic in Middle-earth. I thought it was good. I thought it was very good, and one of the better games that came out this year. And I'm going to give it its flowers. C-Man did a great job with this, and a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Number 6. This company has to be mentioned as probably one of the best companies this year. Anybody that makes RPGs that you can play solo and get a good feel for them, and then play them with all your friends, does a fantastic job. And Free League Publishing has done a fantastic job. I kind of put 2 here because both these systems are just fantastic, and that's Dragonbane and Vaesen, which just opens up, with everything going on with Dungeons and Dragons, you've got a company really rising to the top and really being special with RPGs and just doing a great job. And these are just fantastic experiences. I highly suggest that you check them out. At number 5 is Arida, excuse me. It's up there, and I can barely say it, so forgive me. I do really bad words. This game really took me by surprise. Even though it's not a sandboxy game, and I thought because it was by the maker of Stars of Karos, I believe, if I'm not 100% right, I might be wrong, but I thought it would be more open world, but the beauty, the components, the story that's told, the fun that you have along the way. The Path We Dare is really the Path We Dare, and a lot of fun, and something it's one of those games that's going to stay in my collection. I have it right with my Frosthaven, Gloomhaven, then that game, and then Chronicles of Drungar, which is another all-time favorite. They all sit on the same shelf because they're never moving, and this was absolutely fantastic. At number 4 is probably one of the greatest miniature games of all time, and that's BattleTech. But BattleTech Gothic, I thought it was different enough that it gave a little bit of a different type of feel. And I thought it was neat, and I really liked it. I liked the different mechs. I liked the different, the different type of universe, the spin-off universe. And I thought it did just everything that you would absolutely want to breathe life. I mean, let's face it. The company that's doing BattleTech now, Catalyst, they are doing such a fantastic job. I keep looking over there because there's a whole bunch of it over there. But they have taken BattleTech to another level. And this game never gets boring, but if you want something with a little different twist and a little different feel to it, that's where BattleTech Gothic comes in. And I think it does. It hits on all cylinders, and people need to give it a try instead of going, oh my God, you're sacrilege thing that they do. At number 3, another great company that just keeps motoring along. I could have put about 5 different games on here, but I wanted to keep this list kind of small. And to be honest with you, an expansion for a game usually doesn't make the top games, but this thing is just special. And if you are a fan of Space Empires, then All Good Things is a must-have for this fantastic game. What I consider one of the greatest 4X games ever. Something that you can solo, and it just does everything right. And what does Space Empires 4X All Good Things do? Well, it adds nothing but all good things and does a great job at it, and is absolutely fantastic. All Good Things at number 3. At number 2, and this is where you start to see where the big boys come in and play. And what I mean by that is that companies that are so solid, ran so professionally, do things so well, and just produce greatness every single time they create a game. Now, number 2 for me was Vantage. And wow. I mean, Stonemaier Games, great company, doing great things. One of my favorite companies of all time. This game, there are so many twists and turns. You crash on this planet and you're radioing your friends and you're trying to find your way through, and nothing's ever the same. The way the cards play and everything does. This is such a unique game that is hours and hours and hours and is never the same, and just really is one of those great games from a great company, and that is Stonemaier Games Vantage at number 2. But number 1 is probably my favorite company of all time. And when I got my hands on this, I think it was early January or February, I played this non-stop. And that is Elder Scrolls from Chip Theory Games. They came out with another game, Wrath, this year. I thought that was really good, but I wanted to limit this to 8, and I didn't want to duplicate companies. And I could have done 10, maybe 12 at the most, great games, but I wanted to make it smaller to kind of make my point that it wasn't a great year for games, but a great year for certain companies showing who they are, what they do, and how they do things. And Chip Theory is one of the greatest companies out there who just make some of the best games I've ever played that will never leave my collection till my dying breath. And Elder Scrolls is just another masterpiece in a long line of just greatness. And if you haven't got it, make sure you get it. They just did a Kickstarter for an expansion for it, I believe, and just more greatness from one of the best companies in the world. And that's Elder Scrolls at #1 this year for 2025. So, my dear friends, another year gone, and hopefully we'll see you this time next year. All blessings, and I hope you have a safe and wonderful holiday season. And until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.